So Regan, I'm Head of Customer Agriculture at Arla Foods. That means that I bring together our farmer owners with our customers. And our customers are our supermarkets and food service retailers who sell and use our milk and our healthy natural products every day.
Hello, I'm Andrew Barraclough and I farm here up in Cumbria. I'm one of the Arla farmer owners. Welcome to our dairy farm.
Okay, so Andrew, tell me, what's the coolest thing about your job?
There isn't a specific thing what's cool, like the whole job is. We're working with animals.
Yeah.
We're working with the environment.
Yeah.
And we're working in the sunshine. What more do you want?
It sounds brilliant. It sounds brilliant. And same with mine, like the variation in agriculture, the things you get to do inside in an office, outside in the field. It's great, isn't it? There is just so much going on. So in regards to STEM and the different things that you get involved with, what sort of skills do you think you need to do the sorts of jobs that you do?
There's any type of skills can be utilised in dairying, in farming.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
You can be interested in the soils.
Yeah.
And to grow the grass.
Yeah,
you can be interested in the cows and the genetics, or you can actually be in the actual work of it and then the breeding and watching how the stuff we have to do and record. So it's every aspect of every subject is covered in one role.
Yeah, I mean, it really strikes me that farmers these days need to be, you need to be scientists, you need to be biologists, chemical engineers, you need to be people managers, you need to understand economics and the financial. How do you manage that in the job?
It's something you just do. You learn on the job, and anything you're not sure about, you ask.
Yeah.
It's simple, and it actually gives you confidence to kind of ask. Once you start and you've scratched your surface, you want to know more, and you keep digging then.
Do you think you need to be born into agriculture to work in the industry?
No, 100% not, no.
No?
No, there's that many opportunities now with the various, either work for or become share farming. The industry's crying out. There's so many variety of everything, and you don't have to do, I don't know anything about this. You can learn on the job, it's so easy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, my background is marketing and I've only been in agriculture a small amount of time, but, the different things that we have to do, project management, building business cases, thinking about science of, sustainability. I mean, I kind of wish now I'd done a biology degree, but it's amazing, isn't it, to be part of, because that science is moving on as well, so you're part of learning with it as it develops, which is really,
that is actually one of the
exciting.
All the core sciences are feeding into that one sustainability umbrella.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how we're going to get to this net zero. And yes, we're doing the work with Arla, but it's all the new technology, what's coming forward all the time.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
From all these different subjects, is what's actually going to get us there.
Yeah. What sort of technology are you looking at, are you thinking about using, and what are some of the new things that you're trialling?
Well, for us, I mean, the technology that we use, everything's on his phone like everybody else. So all those cow records, we can all get them off his phones, and that's all linked into the milking parlour for the cows. As for new technology coming from, to be honest, I don't know what's the next technology is, because we don't know yet.
Oh wow, yeah.
And this is what with these ideas are coming through, and the next idea will spark the next idea in people to develop, and this is what makes it such an exciting industry.
A diverse.
And I think it's actually, we think, why agriculture? Everybody's going to want to eat and needs to eat, and that is where this job is going to be there.
Yeah, and I wonder in some ways, the fact it's called agriculture, it could put people off thinking, oh, it's just if you've born into farming or if you know farming really well, but it's food system, as you say, isn't it? Yeah. It's about the healthy food system, it's about sustainability. Certainly why I came is because I wanted to be, closer to the front end of sustainability, and this is where it's at, right, on farm. It's so important for our ecosystem to get that right. And so Arla's an organisation that's owned by its farmers, working together as a cooperative. How does Arla support farmers to kind of learn with all of this new technology and all this change to understanding the biology and that kind of thing? What sort of things do you get involved in?
I think the best thing Arla's done is the innovation farms. There's an innovation farm in the UK and across the other markets. They each have their own innovation farm, where Arla can trial these
new
ideas
things,
and make sure that actually will work on our dairy farms. And then if they do, we can spread that knowledge out through the knowledge building events what Arla has, and this is how we're going to we're learning from each other all the time.
That's really interesting, because it's about the knowledge, but it's about the people as well, isn't it? Because it's like these are human challenges as well, aren't they? So I mean, my background's in psychology, so I never thought I'd necessarily apply that, but it's behaviour change as well, isn't it? So understanding what the barriers are for farmers. They might not necessarily, it might be knowledge, but it might be cost, it might just be mindset, or I guess there's lots of things, but coming together as farmers, I imagine you can help each other.
When anybody says, oh, we can't do this because we've always done it this way, that's what we've got to challenge, and this is the fun part of learning.
Yeah.
How we can bring the new and the old in together.
Yeah.
And this will actually get us net zero.
And all to learn together, even if maybe it's not a core subject that you're trained in or you're knowledgeable about.
Well, you've just said psychology, and we've mentioned every other idea. And actually, who'd have said that you'd put them around agriculture and food?
Well, absolutely. And presumably mathematics as well. Like, how many numbers do you look at every day?
You can have as many or as little as you want on numbers.
Yeah.
So if you aren't massively into numbers, don't panic. But if you are, we can baffle you with numbers.
There's a lot that you can do. And what sorts of things on farm do you have to think about, sort of with regards to financials and
financials is we know how much milk we can, we know as input costs, we know what we're feeding as cows. I mean, we have nutritionists help us working out as diets, with agronomists for this, but we're all time balancing what we're putting in to what's going out, what's going up that lane in that milk tank at Arla.
Balance of
that's your financial
yield versus cost sort of thing.
Yeah, that's profit and loss. That's in any business, is profit and loss. And then that's all math, and you're working that out. How many litres a cow's giving you, what's fat and protein concept. And everything. It's all in there in one.
And I guess, as you say, you're using digital solutions. I guess there's a lot more of that in farming as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we used to have to kind of go around manually. When a cow's in heat, you see him jumping on one of those backs. Now, we don't even do that manually. It's all on collars. They're all on, like your Fitbits.
Oh, yeah.
Round the neck, round the neck.
And so do you get all that data?
All that data comes through our phones.
Amazing.
So we can...
Your phone's brilliant,
It's with us wherever we are in the world.
Yeah.
So it's all this data, we're getting bombarded with data, but it's how do we use it?
And the same in our area, we've now got a lot of data on what progress farmers are making on our incentive model, which pays more according to when farmers do more sustainability actions on their farm. So it's really fascinating to be able to see the data and understand how we can help farmers to get more points and ultimately more financial incentive for what they're doing.
So Harriet, how did you get into agriculture and the food industry?
Well, I've only been in agriculture fairly recently, a couple of years. My background is in marketing. I did about 20 years in FMCG marketing, brand and retail. I loved understanding what made people tick, and that sent me down the psychology and philosophy route, and then I found myself in marketing. But over time in marketing, I really recognised the role that business has in having a role for good, and particularly within sustainability and food system change. I was passionate about healthy foods, which is why I ended up in dairy, and then got closer and closer to what we're doing on sustainability, which is why I came in, as I said, to be at the forefront, which is where farmers are, really getting close to what can really make a difference from a sustainability point of view. And my job is still really varied. I've kind of gone full circle in a way, because it's about people, it's about communication, it's also about science and understanding climate, carbon impacts, nature impacts on farm. It's about financial understanding and making sure that we're using, that we're using budgets and using finance well, but also, helping farmers to make sure that their businesses can work well and securely and sustainably for the future as well. So it's got so much in it.
I mean, I'm recognising your sciences there, your technology.
Yeah.
And the engineering, that's partial. Can you see where the engineering comes in your role, or from what you see?
I mean, engineering. A lot of engineering is project management. We've got a really exciting pipeline of projects that we're doing, which are all about thinking about new solutions, thinking about new technologies, and building a change program or a project to understand, to find, to take learnings that can then be rolled out. So it's really transferable skills, I think, that I've realised. And I mean, it can be intimidating coming into agriculture, you know, when you don't know farming.
It's so easy to learn is farming once you start thinking it.
Well,
so
it is, but I have a lot of respect for what you do, and I'm not going to suggest that I'm ever going to be an expert in it. But I think what I've realised is that you can come into a new area, and even though you do, you know, not understand a lot of the technical terms, and I won't, you know, for a long time, but you can learn, but you can also bring something different. So what I could bring, you know, having had all that time in commercial roles, actually being able to understand the commercial side of the business and bringing that into agriculture. Agriculture is becoming very commercial, so
yes, it is.
It's something that I can, you know, you realise you can bring to a role without necessarily thinking I have to have had an agricultural degree or an agricultural background.
It is such a diverse industry, and not just for both sexes, both for male and females. There's so many different roles.
There really are. There's just so many different roles. I think you could probably use any sort of background of education. That there'll be a role for you in agriculture. I think
there is.
And it's so great. I just love being closer. The food system, which touches everybody, doesn't it? And in sustainability, which is also so important to everyone. If you were looking to get into a career in agriculture, or even to come and work on farm, what sort of advice would you give people to what could they do to make that happen?
I think the main thing is actually start talking to farmers. Go out. There's a great youth organisation, Young Farmers Clubs. It is just to start talking to farmers, and actually be it through your social media channels, and then get out onto farm. And actually the variety of jobs there, and it's such an interest there. Once you start going on it, you'll scratch the surface and just encourage the whole thing. So yes, there is apprenticeships and working with the colleges, but it's a whole thing. Once you've opened that box.
Out of the question, show what you're interested in.
Yeah, sure. Just get out on farm. So don't just sit behind your computer screen. Just get out of there. And it's there to be seen.
I think the same is true even if you wanted to work in business as well. You know, if you want to work on the business side of agriculture, definitely, you know, talk to people, find people, adults that you know, ask them what they do and where the opportunities might be. You know, there's graduate programs, you know, there's lots of really good opportunities in that. But I'd also say don't be afraid to look at a job that you might not necessarily feel you're 100% qualified for. But if you're passionate and you want to learn, you'd be surprised. And actually that's...
The passion and the willing to learn is more important
in many cases.
The degree.
Exactly. And as we've said today, there's just so many different skills that we need in agriculture. It's fantastic if people are prepared to say,
you don't have to go to
something
university. It's brilliant if you have, but you don't have to. There's so many other routes into these jobs.
And they can be fun, right?
Oh, yeah.